Um, I wouldn't consider myself any better or any worse than any other citizen. Being a good citizen, I would define as at least staying informed. You need to stay informed on what's going on in your country, and don't just be intellectually lazy, to quote Mr. Baum, and kind of just go along with like the mainstream consensus on everything. Kind of think about a criteria that you believe in, that you can process what you see in the media and what you see in the news, and leads you to your own conclusion on things. That is what I define as being a good citizen, and that's what I try to do. As far as the greatest issues in American society, or the greatest single issue in American society, obviously there's a very troubling, I would say, lack of adherence to some of our original constitutional rights and liberties that the nation was founded upon in 1776. And I really think that we need to go back to our roots in that way and focus on what makes America free. But a little more troubling than that is, I don't know if you've read Travels with Charlie. Um, you had to read it, I believe, if you take USAP. But it's a book where John Steinbeck actually travels around the United States. I think it might have been in the 60s. And he just interviews as many different types of people he can find. And he finds people that are just so incredibly different from each other. But at the end of the novel, or at the end of the travelogue, he says the one thing that binds America together is the fact that although these people are so different from each other, they have more in common than they do with anybody else in the world. And I fear that many people have the sense that that's no longer true in modern day America, and that's something we need to restore. The American dream to me is the fundamental promise that the nation was founded upon, as to quote John Winthrop, a city on the hill, kind of a shining light for the world, which is something that I know Abraham Lincoln believed in very strongly. Um, just the fact that America can be a beacon of hope for someone struggling under an authoritarian regime somewhere in the world, the fact that they have the opportunity to come to the States and have a better life, I think that's what the American dream represents. That's what my family did when they left Italy, when there were famines right before World War I. And I think that that really is the fundamental promise that America was founded upon.